Hi, if you're visiting Slovenia, trying to figure out what you need to do, where you need to go, things you don't want to miss, this is the video for you. So I'm like a monkey stand right now. Welcome back. If you're coming back, I don't know if you're a subscriber, but please do subscribe if you're not and you like this video. So I haven't made videos in a while, but I'll talk more about that at the end of this video. This one is the start of a new series that I'm doing on interviewing people from certain countries or places that I have been to who are also from that place, and just trying to provide helpful tips for anyone that's visiting the place, so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did, and you can actually learn about the place from a local. We'll talk more about that in a second, Doris. She just laughs a lot. I don't understand why. Drink some coffee. Yo, this is like Doris.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi too.
Hi.
Hi. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna include that part. Tell us about you.
I'm a freshman at USC.
Okay.
I'm from Slovenia, as you already said.
Yeah.
I am almost 20, so getting there, 21.
And she plays the guitar. Okay, today we're gonna talk about, for real, about if you're visiting Slovenia, what you need to do, where you need to go, all that good stuff. And thankfully, I have a local from Slovenia with me who can correct me on my pronunciations, if nothing else, about Slovenia.
That's what I'm here for.
That's one of the reasons she's here for. You're not supposed to look at this. This is like.
I am not.
Yeah. So it's like. This is kind of me like a conversation, but also an interview, so she's not allowed to see the questions. First thing, when you go to Slovenia, I think everyone visits Lake Bled.
Bled?
Bled?
Yeah.
Oh wait, how do you say it? Bled?
Yeah.
Lake Bled. Lake Bled. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's your camera. Look at that. Stop trying to steal my spotlight. It's like you're not going to get it. Okay, have you ever been to Lake Bled?
Yes.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's gorgeous. I think it's one of the top places.
In Slovenia?
Anyone should visit in Slovenia, yeah. It's very like touristy-like, but it's still beautiful. I don't think it's that crowded.
That's exactly what I thought. It's because everyone that goes to Lake Bled says that like you should go, or sorry, Slovenia says you should go to Lake Bled, and I was expecting it to be like a shit show like Italy for most parts,
Yeah, okay.
Crowded people and tourists and people selling selfie sticks, but it's not. Okay, have you ever been to Lake Bohinj?
No, I haven't.
Okay, did I say that right?
Bohinj.
So
Yeah.
if you read it in English, you're gonna say Bohinj. One thing you need to know about everything in the Balkans is the J's like are not pronounced. Just pretend like they don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how is there
So it's like
two J's?
you would write it with a Y, maybe.
Maybe. Like Daniela has like 5 J's in there or something like that.
Yeah.
Your name doesn't have a J, right?
No.
Okay. But yeah, Ljubljana. I was like whatever that was. So we'll go to Ljubljana later. But okay, you've been to Bohinj or no?
No.
Okay, that's like actually one of my favorite places, as anyone that follows my Instagram would know by now. Quick update, I have an Instagram. I'm going to link that in the bio and talk more about that later, because I've made that in the last 9 months because I'm a basic bitch now. But yeah, Bohinj is really like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And you know, in Bled, there's not a lot of tourists. In Bohinj, there was no one. It was just like literally me and like 3 other people on the bridge there. So Bohinj is a lot prettier because I think, if my friend is right here, it is near the Slovenian Alps, and it's just gorgeous. And at one point when I went there, there was this bridge that I just went up and sat down on with my ice cream, and I was the only one there, and I was just chilling by myself at my ice cream. And these 2 Israeli people came in, and they saw me taking pictures of everything, and they're like, do you want us to take a picture of you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, that looks awesome. And then they took like a terrible picture of me. But that's how cool it was. Like, that's how awesome it was. It was like a really beautiful place. I definitely recommend going to Bohinj, but spelled Bohinj, for a couple of days if you can. When I was on the bus to Bohinj, there were 2 German women who were staying at a cabin or something like that for a couple of days. I think that would be amazing, because it's not crazy expensive like the Switzerlands or anything like that, and you can actually have a great time there, chill, be one with nature, do your Zen shit, whatever you want to do. And No, it's a really awesome place. I do want to go back to Slovenia at some point soon, and if I do, I'm definitely gonna spend like at least a couple of days in Bohin because that was just awesome. Think about getting to Bled and Bohin. So, if you look at the map in Google Maps, it looks like Bohin's on the other side of the country from Ljubljana, which is probably where you'll be staying because that's the capital and I think the only real city over there. But the thing is, Slovenia is a tiny ass country, and the other side of Slovenia is like 2 hours away. So it is possible to actually, it is possible to do both Bled and Bohin in one day. That's actually what I did. I really rushed it. I really didn't get to see that much of Bled. I only got to see a small part of Bohin. Now, if Bohin was the closer one than Bled to Ljubljana, I would recommend just going to Bohin, skipping Bled, even though Bled is awesome. But since Bohin is the furthest one, if the weather is good, just make sure the weather is good. Like, it might be pretty bad. It's probably not going to be as awesome if it's like pouring down there. But if it is good, try to go to Bled for a little bit early in the morning, as early as you can. Then on the same route, actually, Bled is on the way back from Bohin. You go another hour and you can get to Bohin, and that's honestly one of the prettiest things I've ever seen in my life. You want to talk? Because I've been talking the whole time.
I've been waiting for questions.
No, you commentate. Yeah. How do you feel?
I've never been to Bohin though.
How do you feel about the Slovenian countryside?
I think it's probably the most amazing one. I mean, it's not like I've traveled a lot like you, but just as far as I heard,
yeah,
it's amazing, and as far as I've seen.
As far as you've heard, it's amazing. Like, what do you mean? It's like,
no,
you
just
lived
like
in Slovenia
comparing to
life.
other countries.
Okay.
Like, no one was as excited about like Slovenian. I mean,
As
other countryside compared to Slovenia.
No, Slovenia is
I mean.
like ridiculously underrated. I don't know how people don't talk about Slovenia.
Because they don't know where it is. Because
That's
ignorant
a big.
Americans.
Wow. Okay, this is wow. So Slovenia is actually.
It's a country.
You know,
it exists.
yeah,
It's
Slovenia
in
is a
Europe.
country. It exists. You probably know about it if you've at
It's
some
not
point.
near Russia, also.
It's not. It's not. It's also not Slovakia, which is the other one that
Yeah.
people confuse it with. Which I made a video of Slovakia that I'll post at some point before I die. Yeah, Slovenia is a country. You probably know this already if you're watching this video, because I'm guessing whoever's watching this video is in Venice, and they're trying to get to Budapest, and they're like, what is this country in the middle? Oh, it's Slovenia. Oh, Ljubljana, whatever that is. But no, it's the most underrated country I've been to, at least in Europe. And it was amazing. And you know what the best thing about going to Slovenia was? Is I was getting breakfast from like some street cart. They were like €1 or €1.50 thingies, and I'm like, right after Venice, where you can't like freaking like brush your teeth without paying €5. Like, this is not right. And then like stacked up on a bunch of like breakfast rolls or whatever that was, not burek. And then I realized the whole country is that cheap, and I was like, oh shit, scored. Okay, but no, Slovenia is awesome. I would have definitely spent less time in Venice and more time in Slovenia if I could. But that's just me. I'm not an old rich person who can actually afford Venice and go out to the bars. Slovenia is a different story, but we'll get to the nightlife later. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the capital, Ljubljana, which is probably where you're at. And have you been to Ljubljana?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
So Doris is actually not from Ljubljana, but how many times have you been there?
A lot of times, yeah.
Do you have to go there to like fly anywhere basically every time?
I fly from Italy usually. but yeah, we only have one airport that's in
Ljubljana.
that has like one gate.
That's bullshit. There has to be
It's
more
true.
than one gate.
It's just one gate.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not.
How is that possible?
It's a
There's one
small
flight
country.
leaving at a time? Or like
No,
It's not
just
that small, like
it's just
Bangladesh-
like one gate and then
one terminal.
I mean, yeah, that.
Yeah,
Like,
one gate is literally one plane
Okay,
every 2 hours.
one,
Okay.
like-
Okay, I'm gonna like save this for the bloopers. Like
Like when you have like gate ABC, blah
Yeah,
blah,
no,
blah, just
no,
like
no,
gate
yeah.
A, and then you have like a couple of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean.
So one terminal. I believe that. It was pretty small. Ljubljana was also like, I mean, Bled and Bohin was awesome. Ljubljana was also just ridiculously pretty, like
Yes.
really pretty. Like, I mean, not that I had any expectations going in, but I mean, why do you think it's pretty? Before I start talking forever.
I don't know, just because of the architecture, I guess. Like, it's kind of like an old town, but also not. And just like I always go there in December when it's like decorated and pretty. and
Christmas.
yeah.
Why do you go there in December?
To see the lights.
The
I don't
lights?
know.
Okay.
It's pretty.
So she's from a part of Slovenia where they don't have electricity yet. So
That is not true.
It's her struggle
That is
in
not true.
life. What's the? I call it Preston Square. How do you pronounce it?
Prešerno.
Presh-
Trg.
Was that square or Prešerno Trg? I don't.
Prešerno. Trg.
Prešerno Trg. Okay. The square in the middle of Ljubljana downtown. It's hard to miss. You'll know when you get there because there you see all the street performers like blowing bubbles and shit, and you know that's it. But that's like a really place. I think that's like a really good place to just see the sunset because, like you said, the architecture is really cool and the golden light reflects very well off the pavement and all that other stuff. Have you ever been to the castle in Ljubljana? Why not?
I don't know.
She's not a tourist. That's why she's
No,
not.
yeah,
been.
I'm not a tourist. Exactly. I always felt like I have so much time to explore this area, so I never did.
So yeah, no, I was actually at Ljubljana Castle, and I'd never traveled with the phone, so I got lost, and then I barely made it there, like right for the sunset time, and they wouldn't let anyone in because it was like we stopped letting people in 15 minutes ago, and then so I just took some really cool pictures though from like the bottom of the castle near that place, and then on the way down, it's like actually like an uphill walk, so if you're like me, you probably hate that part, but then on the way down, I like slipped on my ass and I dropped that camera like straight on the ground,
Oh, no.
and then but it's okay because it's still recording. But. Yeah, but the castle was really pretty. You can see the whole city kind of from sunset, and I think that's really cool because it is a pretty city. It looks like Prague almost, but smaller. And I honestly like Ljubljana a lot more than Prague. I saw people kayaking inside the city in the river. What's it called? The Ljubljanka?
They have just like those little boats that you can actually like pay for it and just like go. Ljubljanica.
Say it again?
Ljubljanica?
Ljubljanica.
Yes.
Ljubljanica, okay. Yeah, I didn't do that because, you know, I'm cheap, but if you want to do that, you can definitely do that. It looked really cool, actually. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, if you want to do it, you can do it. Let's see. Did you ever go to the, I'm pronouncing this wrong probably, Metelkova Art District?
No, I didn't. I don't think I did.
Did you hear about it?
I didn't know there was an art district. I know what Metelkova is, but I didn't know there was like an art
This
district.
is what I get. It's spelled, I'll pronounce it the way you would if you're reading English, even though I'm not a native English speaker, but Metelkova is how I would say it. And I've heard a lot about it because one of my friends is from Ljubljana and she told me about it, check it out, but she wasn't there when I was there. And then another good friend of mine from Germany said that was like his favorite place to go and get coffee. I actually went there at like 12 p.m. on a weekday. So there's not really anything happening. And then I had to rush back to get my bus. And then on the way back, it was just crazy. I lost my credit card. I had to go back to the grocery store to get it. It was like a nightmare. Almost missed my bus. I've heard a lot of good things about Metelkova Art District, but I actually wasn't there at the right time. It was just like really hot when I was there. So maybe go in the evening when it's like quieter and people are actually chilling over there. What do you have to say about Ljubljana?
It's great. Go visit Ljubljana.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like a good city to go to. You can do anything basically. It's the capital of Sweden.
What do you mean you can do anything?
I mean, you can do shopping or like. I mean, this is where we usually go shopping just because there are
I am not. Okay, that's center place. What is it?
Prešerno Trg.
Yeah, that's like LA, Santa Monica, that's what it felt like, right?
Sort of.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's like the fancy people with their fancy
Maybe
shopping bags.
the cheaper version of the Grove.
Kind of. That actually felt like the Grove.
Yeah.
That definitely felt like the Grove. You have no idea what the Grove is unless you're from LA, but it feels like a cheaper version of a shopping mall in LA, which I wouldn't know because I've never bought shit anywhere except for this one shoe I bought in LA 2 years ago. Did you like visiting Ljubljana growing up?
I didn't visit it that often, honestly. I started visiting it when
You had to go shopping?
Yeah, when I had to go shopping or
Yeah.
when I was applying for college because I thought I was gonna study in Ljubljana.
Wow. You thought you were going to university in Ljubljana?
Yes.
And what changed?
I
Like-
got into USC.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So it was just like it was just the opportunity of studying music in like a actual big city. Versus...
Are you also pre-med?
No.
Okay, because that would be like an interesting like combination.
It would, yeah, but I thought if I got the opportunity to study music here, I should just focus on that.
Did you ever? Are there a lot of street musicians in like Ljubljana?
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot.
I mean, not like as much as that like in
LA?
LA.
Yeah,
But I still think there are.
I didn't see any, but they're like definitely the bubble people, which you see in like every city in Europe. You know, back in the day, No, I'm not. So this is my secret, which you can't steal because this will never materialize. I used to see people perform and make money, and I'd be like, I wish I had talent. Then I saw the bubble people, and I'm like, fuck, I got that talent. I could totally make money off of that. But yeah, now I'm trying to make a living on YouTube, so please subscribe. Help me out. We're gonna do. Okay. Have you ever gone out in Ljubljana?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I mean, my first like concert in
Yeah.
Ljubljana was Green Day. That was
Oh,
like,
wow.
2 years ago, I think. But
Yeah, I didn't know they're still performing. It's been a while since
Yeah, they
Wake
had-
Me Up
they had another
when
tour.
September went. Okay,
but yeah, the first time I actually like went out like to a
To the
club
bars?
or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
They took me to Forster. It's like
How do you spell
a
that?
Pub. Don't make me spell stuff, but you can just write it on the video. I don't.
Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You have to tell me how to actually spell it.
Yeah.
So I'd be like Forsta. But okay, sorry. Keep going.
Which is just like a normal bar, but it's very cheap for drinks. So like, if you're a cheap person as I am, go there for drinks.
Yes. We're cheap people, so if you want like bougie drink advice, you might want to find another video for this. How much is a beer in Ljubljana usually? Or
I think there it's like
1.5
less than
euro?
€2.
1.5? Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it's usually like around 2.
What about your town? The town you're from? What's it called again?
Vilenia?
Vilenia?
Yeah.
Like villains? Like Vilenia?
Vilenia.
Vilenia. Okay. I feel like I know this name. How much is a beer over there?
The same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. So a beer is what, 1.5 euros. How much is like a mixed drink?
I would say 2. But a mixed drink, it's like from 3 to 5. It depends where you go.
Yeah. And euros, based on 2019 January conversion rate, is like 5 euros is like $5.70 or something like that. So it's not the worst. But yeah, beers are super cheap. Did you ever go to Parliament pub in Ljubljana?
Yeah, actually, right after Forster, we
Yeah.
went there.
Oh, that's where I was for like hours and hours and hours.
Did you like it?
No, I loved it. Until it closed, they kicked us out basically. What I was saying earlier is that you don't want to do the pub crawl because based on my experience from like the 40, 50 European cities I've been to, not European, like maybe 20, 30, is that the way their business model works is that they get a bunch of people like me who don't know anyone in Ljubljana, and they bring you all together, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have an awesome time, which you probably will. To be fair, you will. But then they take you to like the crappiest bars in Ljubljana because no one else goes there, and those bars pay them commission for bringing so many people
Oh, wow.
to the pub crawls. So that's why we went on this place where we're doing flip cups and stuff, but the 20 of us were literally the only people in the first bar. And then the second bar was I can't even remember, so I guess that's how cool it was. And then no, not in a good way. Like I didn't forget it in a good way. Like I didn't get blackout drunk. I just don't remember it. It's not relevant. The third one was Parliament, which is where there were really four really cool people in the pub crawl I was with, and 2 of them I'd met earlier in the day in Bled, and this like really young British couple. But except for that, we just lost everyone else, and we met a bunch of Slovenians. And we partied there till like 3 a.m. or something. I can't remember exactly what time it was. It was a Thursday though. And I was leaving on a Friday, and I made a bunch of friends who kept telling me like, you should party with us tomorrow. I'm like, I want to, but I have to go to Budapest with my friends. That was really awesome. I met this random guy on the streets, and then he was like, come with me. And I got on a taxi with him, went to the outskirts of Ljubljana to a Balkan club where they were playing like pudding, and it was weird as hell. There was like some Slovenian celebrity there, and like it was weird. Like it was like old people and very weird.
Okay.
I had to get a taxi back.
But Ljubljana is actually like the only place you can go out
Really?
during weekdays.
In weekdays.
Yeah.
Thursdays
So
like.
it's like actually, I mean, it's the only city that actually has something going on comparing to everything else. I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you go out in the university area by any chance?
No, not really. But did you ever go to Circus or Companeros?
No, that sounds Spanish, so that would probably
These
not.
are like the spots that like you.
On a Thursday night?
Yeah.
No, I've been to
Not
like.
like
I went
any
to like
night
3 or
out.
4 clubs. I went to a couple of them, and then that was the last one we went to, I think. I think I went out only one night, and then we came back to those clubs, and everything was closed at 4, and then I got on that taxi with that dude, and like we left Ljubljana with a bunch of other strange people. So what's the beer that you recommend for Ljubljana? Is it like Lashka?
Lashko.
Lashko,
Yes.
okay. There's another
Uh,
one, Union, which is I think pretty popular.
Union? Yeah.
Union?
It's Union.
Union. It's like onion, but ooh. It's like
No, we just have like there's like a thing in Slovenia we call Union water and just Lashko the real beer.
wow.
So like if you're weak, you can drink Union, but
Okay.
otherwise you drink Lashko.
So if you're weak, you drink Union, spelled like union. If you're strong, show them your biceps, like, cause you like that. Okay, no. If you're strong, like Doris, and then you can actually drink that shit. Lashka.
Lashko.
Yeah. She's a boxer, by the way. That's why, that's how I met her. I was like hiring security for my videos, and on Craigslist I saw like from Slovenia, I can protect you. I don't know why I'm doing a Russian accent. You probably.
See, this is where the ideas
It's like
of
I have
Americans come from.
AK-47. No, that was not her actually, but that was another old woman named Doris. That I just. Fuck, I need to actually say you do boxing without like making fun of you. Okay, how do I do this? Hey. Okay, quick thing. So Doris actually is a boxer. Well, okay, she hangs out with the boxing club. I have never heard anyone say she's any good at boxing. So
Okay.
I don't know. Like maybe she'll knock me out by the end of the video, but
I might.
I actually like honestly have no idea if she's good at boxing. But like she
I guess
boxes.
he's about to find out.
Maybe hopefully not.
he-
Hopefully
yeah.
not. But so she's saying that strong people drink Lashko, the beer, whatever. So if you are a man who's insecure about your masculinity, you need to drink Lashko. If you're like me, you already know you're weak as shit. You just go for Union or whatever that is, and then you'll be fine. Okay, one very important thing. Everyone I met in Slovenia spoke English like her, or like somewhere around that level, right? I feel
Yeah,
like.
but if you meet like college students, if you
Yeah,
meet someone
okay,
older,
okay, no.
they don't know how to speak.
Okay,
English.
I didn't meet a lot of old people, but
Yeah.
it is a good thing about bars going out anywhere near a university area, which is like, I think all of downtown in Slovenia or Ljubljana, is that everyone speaks amazing English. I found that Melania Trump is not the most. She's a controversial figure over there.
Come on, people don't even know she's from Slovenia, like Americans don't even know.
Now
So
you know.
You don't have to tell
Now
everyone.
you know. So I wouldn't like. I don't know. So I have no problem with Melania Trump, but like I just wouldn't bring that up.
Yeah, don't bring it up.
Yeah, some people get defensive about it, and I don't know why, but just so you know. Yeah, people speak English and they're really friendly, because I think one of my favorite things about like Ljubljana, the same thing that I loved about places like Krakow or Belgrade or whatever, is that it's not a place that gets a lot of tourists, which is, ridiculous for Slovenia. For Belgrade, yeah, I mean I love Belgrade, but I can see why it doesn't get a lot of tourists.
Oh, come on.
But
I mean,
no, Belgrade's awesome, but like
it does get a lot of tourists though. Like not.
from Europe, not from anywhere else.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fuck, I can't hate on Belgrade. My friends will kill me. Yeah, so so the best thing about Slovenia in general and Ljubljana especially is that it's an awesome city that for some reason is not as touristy or overcrowded like its neighbors on both sides, like Budapest and Venice, which is just you'll be mobbed any time of the year. There's no like off season for those places. Like there's always 40 American spring breakers or college grads or stag parties or whatever who made their way to Ljubljana too. By the way, the English stag parties, they go everywhere. But the thing about Ljubljana is that because not a lot of people go there, they actually the people are not sick of tourists or foreign people.
Yeah,
I feel like, yeah.
I feel like maybe in Ljubljana they're like used to tourists,
Mhm.
but in any other place in Slovenia you go to, they're like very excited to meet someone else. So it's just like you're gonna meet friends if you're in Slovenia.
I wouldn't say they were very excited to meet me.
But
Of
that's
course,
just because it's you.
no, of course they were because it's me. But I can't say if it was because I was foreign or it was just me. Like.
Oh, okay. I see.
Did I tell you I offered this woman $1 for a cigarette and she's like, "Let's share," and she didn't even take my money. Like that's how charm works, internationally.
Definitely. It's your hair.
Charm needs no language, but I do speak English and so do they. But like, it's okay. No, the cool thing about Ljubljana is that they're not sick of tourists. Like if you go to Amsterdam, Or let me think of an example. Not Paris, because there are too many people there. But if you go to another city that size, that's that touristy, a lot of the locals are honestly just sick of annoying, arrogant tourists showing up and doing dumb shit all the time. It's not like that in Ljubljana. People are actually very open. Like if you go there, especially when I was there, someone from Bangladesh, they're like, "Oh, whoa, what the fuck? We've never seen anyone from Bangladesh." And it was cool. Like even if you're not from Bangladesh, you could be from America or something like that. They're just pretty interested in general about meeting people from different places, because they don't get a lot of people. Whereas in Amsterdam, if you go to the clubs and bars, like they will just treat you differently if you're not Dutch, if you're a tourist. So the word for excuse me in Dutch, it doesn't exist. They just say sorry, but they say sorry. So so I'd go to the club, to the bouncers, and I was staying with my friends in Amsterdam for a while. So I learned the basics of Dutch. And then like all these other tourists would be like, excuse me. The bouncers would not give a fuck. And I'd be like, sorry. They're like, whoa, what can I do for you? Yeah, hi. Do you do this, do that? Okay, yeah, you can go out, smoke. You guys stay inside, whatever you want. But no, Ljubljana is pretty awesome because they're not used to getting a lot of annoying tourists. So as long as you're not an annoying tourist, you're going to be fine. You're not going to be subject to that stereotype. Alright, now to my favorite topic about Slovenia, the food. How do you feel about Slovenian food?
It's way better than American.
What is American food?
Just like junk food in general.
McDonald's?
But yeah.
McDonald's is fucking awesome. Don't listen
It's
to it,
not.
but like, hey.
Like Balkan food, for example, is just like the thing in Slovenia, and
I mean, it is
way better.
technically the Balkans, right?
yeah, it is.
Yeah. But, okay, so Balkan food is probably up there with Mexican and like Middle Eastern food is my favorite food in the world. Warning, if you're a vegan and you don't like cheese or meat, it's gonna be a struggle. Like especially the milk, because everything's got dairy in it.
Everything is
There's like
meat
just
or
a shit ton of cheese on like even the vegetarian stuff right
Yeah.
there. If you're a vegetarian, you can find a lot of good cheese stuff, but if you're a vegan, that might be a struggle. If you're not, well, oh wow.
I mean, there are some vegan places in
There are?
Ljubljana that you can go to.
But not everywhere else, right?
But if you go like to Croatia or Serbia or Bosnia even, if you're gonna tell them you're vegan, they're just gonna laugh at you. They're just like, you don't eat meat. What do you eat?
Yeah.
Grass?
Two things that are not acceptable is like asking for a vegan option and asking for a bar where people aren't smoking. And I think Ljubljana is good about that though. Like,
Yeah,
it's not smoking
they don't.
bars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, meat is a huge thing in Slovenia, and I actually like the meat very much. And after this, we're supposed to go get some Balkan food at this place in LA, which is supposed to serve Balkan food, but it doesn't say so in the description on Google. So
It kind of does.
let's hope it
I
does. But okay, let's cut to the main deal. Burek. What is burek?
Burek?
Yeah, burek.
Burek is just you just have to try it. Like it's.
You have to describe a little bit before.
I can't describe it.
What is it
It's
like?
just
It's like a greasy fast food, like a wrap, or I don't know how you put it.
Yeah,
like.
it's like sort of a wrap. It can be with either meat or potatoes or cheese or anything.
Wow. Okay. This is.
So
Yeah.
It's.
You sound more excited, woman. We're talking about burek. What the fuck is wrong
I am
with
excited.
It's like
I am excited.
burek.
It's like you just have to try it. You don't even have to know what it's made of. You just
Yeah,
have
it was.
To,
I
you
had
just
it
have
like
to go
at
for it.
5 a.m. one morning, and I was like, "What is this?"
It's the best food you can eat
Get in
after,
Slovenia, or-
after like partying. If you visit my town, so it's called Vilenia.
Vilenia.
It's the fifth largest.
It
city in
exists,
Slovenia.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. It's not a farm. It's not a farm. He thinks it is, but he hasn't been there yet. So, my town has this Balkan place, Balkan food place. Which is
Your
called-
town is a Balkan place. What are you talking about?
True. But it has this
Yeah.
great cafe, whatever,
Yeah.
called Mladost, which is open almost like all night, like almost 24/7. So go there.
Mhm.
It's gonna save your life. It's gonna make everything better.
Burek is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know anything except for burek in Slovenia because I think that's all I ate for the. So please educate
Okay.
people about the diversity about
So
cheese and meat.
other Balkan food,
Yeah.
cevapcici.
Oh wait, I've had that.
Okay.
Okay, that's also in Serbia. Okay,
Okay.
but I didn't have that in Slovenia.
Okay.
So there's a lot common between the former Yugoslavian countries in terms of food. The word Kuala Lumpur, I was surprised that it was like it was one of the random countries in the south. I think like Montenegro or like Macedonia, they say Kuala Lumpur. I'm saying that right?
Maybe.
But like
I'm not sure.
Serbia doesn't. They say Kuala. Like that's what they say. Like they don't say Kuala
I'm
Lumpur.
not sure what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
I don't know. But like anyways.
We were talking about
Cevapcici.
Cevapcici.
I've actually had that in Serbia, but I found that
It's-
everything's a little bit different in every country.
it's probably better to have it like in Serbia. For the
You
first
think
time.
so? Wow.
Maybe I don't really know, but this is like where it comes from
Mm-hmm.
like Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia. Slovenia just like adapted this kind of food, but we also
Good
have
job.
like
Yeah, it's like
potica, which is
What
like
is that?
national Slovenian food. It's like a walnut
Potica.
roll, basically.
well, I have no idea what that is. What is it?
Walnut roll.
Walnut roll.
Yeah. It's good.
Like you roll
It's
out, roll a walnut around, or like
No, it's just like it's kind of pastry,
pastry,
sort of.
but it's a roll.
You just have to try it. It's good.
Say it again.
Potica.
Potica is like
What
a
is
national Slovenian food that you also need to try. It's sweet. I think I might have tried it for breakfast actually because I tried a bunch of stuff that I couldn't pronounce really.
Maybe.
Cevapcici I know because I tried that. I was spent
Yeah.
too much time in Belgrade. How much would you say a proper meal costs, like at a cheap place in Slovenia? In Ljubljana, then like
Probably the cheapest one is like from 4 to 5 euros.
like a full meal.
Like a full meal, maybe 10.
Every time I want to see the camera, I'm gonna get in her face and then do it because my camera just died. But yeah, Cevapcici. Sorry, we're talking about meals. Yeah, how much is like a decent meal, not like a big ass meal, but like I want to eat.
It's like a good pizza is like around 7, but it's usually quite big, so you can split it with someone if you don't eat
I
a lot.
remember like having like in Ljubljana in downtown, and I was out in the watching the sunset near the castle, and I didn't have a phone, and I got back, and this couple from the States, they were like, hey, we're going to the pub crawl. I'm like, shit, I don't have time to eat. So I run back, and I was starving, and the pub crawl guy told me there's like pizza over there, and there was like a slice of pizza, like literally like the size of my thigh, I want to say, and that was like 1 or 2 euros or something like that.
True, you can get that as well.
Yeah, I got like 2 slices of that for less than 3 or 4. I can't
Just like
remember.
on the
so.
street, there are like other
Yeah.
places like this.
Street food is really cheap. So if you like street food like me, you can get a lot of cheap stuff. It is so much cheaper than Italy. It is like unbelievable that these two countries share a border. Like, is there anything else you want to say about food in Slovenia that people should absolutely try, except for burek, cevapcici, and what's the national food that you just mentioned?
Orekhova potica.
Putica is okay. Putica is all you need to know. I don't know what the rest of it was. Is there anything else you want to mention?
No, it's just like if you go to like a fancier restaurant, it's just like normal European cuisine that you would get anywhere in Europe.
I don't know what
guess.
normal European cuisine is. It
It's just
changes like everywhere.
Good. Okay.
Oh,
A lot
good,
of
okay.
Italian food,
So
especially if you're like at the
falafel, that is normal European cuisine for me, like on a budget, like that usually how it works.
I
You have
said
falafel.
fancier restaurant.
Fancy,
I
okay.
think we do.
Okay, I don't know if you do, if you think you do. What's your favorite food in Slovenia?
Probably burek.
Burek? Okay.
That's why I get what I get. When
This is how we became friends.
this is actually how we became friends.
I think mentioned from the other side of the room of fake boxers because I've never seen them fight. Like they say they're boxers. I just see my roommates show up with injuries all the time. But yeah, I was like, "Do you miss burek?" I think that's what I said. And she was like, "What?" Like her eyes lit up. Like yes.
It was not like that. But yeah,
Um,
we did talk about Balkan food.
I miss burek.
I was just impressed that he actually knows where Slovenia is, and he actually knew some Slovenian words.
Did
It
I?
was actually you did.
Okay.
You knew how to say hello, I guess, or
I know how to
something
say thank you. Like that's about it. Like
else? I think there was more. I don't
maybe
remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to be like in that state to like get my memory back. I feel like because that's when I learned most of my Slovenian. No, Slovenian is fucking awesome. Okay, back to. Ooh, I asked you this before. So moving on from food. Real quick questions. What's your favorite place in Slovenia? Like it doesn't have to be something that tourists go to, but what's your favorite place?
I guess I just have like I spent a lot of time in like my hometown. There's like this lake,
Vilania.
Vilenia.
Okay.
It has like few lakes that are just like at the same spot, and it's like very beautiful. It also has like a beach that you can go to during
Beach?
summer.
You're like close to the sea, right?
No,
You're not.
I am now. I'm
Oh, your
from
family moved.
Isola,
Yeah, okay, that's what you
but
say. Yeah.
I'm talking about my hometown, which
Okay,
is
okay.
not close to the sea.
Is it close to
has
the Alps?
Like no,
Okay. What is it close to?
Maribor.
What is that?
It's
Not
the
Mount-
second largest city.
Okay.
I thought you've been there. No.
no.
Okay. It's also a very beautiful town.
Okay.
But anyway, So probably lakes there are the best part of my town, which is should
Is
definitely
it like
visit.
too cold, like 90% of the year to swim?
No, it's not. And the water is like 22 degrees maybe.
Whew.
So you need to trim.
Celsius.
Celsius, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 degrees Fahrenheit is like ice.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know 67 in Fahrenheit.
Something like that. Yeah. That was impressive. But you can actually swim there without like.
Yeah, you can actually swim there.
Okay. I wouldn't swim in 20 degrees, but like.
It's like
but
an
she can.
actual beach and like and
You know what they call a beach in Iceland? I've
and
been there.
you can go surfing or whatever. It's like it's
In a
it's
lake?
really- yeah,
What are you talking about?
people surf.
Who makes the waves in a lake?
No,
The water
wait,
god?
Is it called not surfing? What's the other thing that has like? Like you're gonna cut this out.
Kayaking.
No, it's like when you have like
So
a
you-
boat with.
We're gonna talk about how you go
with,
surfing in a lake. Yeah, so I was staying at Symbol Hostel, which was not the most poppin' hostel, but there are good hostels in Ljubljana that my friends have stayed at, and they're pretty cheap. They range somewhere between $20 to $25, even in the peak season during May or June when I was there. In Bled, actually, I heard there's a hostel that's even cheaper. I think it's like 12 euros a night or something like that. So it's like less than $15 a night, so you can stay there. For Bohin, or Bohin, is how I pronounce it, I don't know if there are any hostels. I'm not entirely sure how that would work, but I'm sure if you like post around in blogs or whatever on the internet, you can find people that are also going there, or you can find people at other hostels in Ljubljana where you can like figure out how you're gonna split a cabin. Because if you split a cabin, it's like cheaper than a hostel, more secure. People are your friends and all that. Excuse the background noise. I don't know if you're gonna get this because we have mics on there. Hey, Jordan, what's up? What were you talking about?
You were telling people what to do in Slovenia.
Oh yeah, okay. So I just drifted off so bad. So my itinerary that I suggest for Slovenia is I'd say spend 3 days in Ljubljana and 3 or 4 days in Bohin. Is there any other place that's as pretty as Bohin or Bled?
Yes.
Where?
So if I was traveling to Slovenia,
Yeah.
if you have like 1 week that you
Uh-huh.
can spend there, I would spend maybe 2 days in Ljubljana just because it's such a big city.
Yeah.
But like other spots are smaller, so then I would go to Maribor.
Mm-hmm.
I would check out
Maribor.
that. Yeah.
Second biggest city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I would go there at a time like of a festival or something.
There are
because
festivals?
They have a lot of festivals.
Like what kind? Like Molly Festival?
I don't know.
Or
I've
fuck, I
never
can't say
been,
that yet.
so I don't know a lot
Okay,
about it. But I
alright.
heard they're cool. So maybe that.
Wait, so 2 days at Maribor. What else?
1 day in there.
1 day at Maribor.
And then I would go to Postojnska Jama, which is like a cave, the most famous cave like in Slovenia. That like it's the most touristy place probably besides Ljubljana.
Like, is Batman there? Why would I go to a
no,
cave?
it's just like very pretty. Okay.
A cave.
Yes, a cave.
Don't do that.
It's just like I'm gonna show you later. Okay, it's good.
I'm gonna Google
and
this and
then-
cut this out if it's shitty.
Then I
Yeah,
would
okay.
also I would go to the,
Who would go to a cave? Like, unless you're swimming in it or something. Okay, what else? Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And then
I'm very skeptical. Like, keep going.
I would go to the seaside. Not just because I live there, but like
There's
it's,
like 10 miles of seaside.
but no, but it's pretty. There's this
Okay.
town called Piran, which is very old.
Pirana,
It has like
yeah.
Tartini Square. If you know who Tartini is, he's like he used to be. I mean, he's a very famous.
What?
He was a very famous. He was a very famous.
It's been like 10
violinist.
seconds and you haven't told me. It's like,
Violinist.
okay.
Okay.
This is why people confuse it with Russians. Like, violinists are famous. Like, shit.
Okay, shut up.
Okay, so I would say go to Ljubljana for 3 days. She says 2, but I mean,
I say 2.
I say 3 if you have a week. But then I would definitely say go to Bohin for 2 days. Like, I'm not a fan of going somewhere for just 1 day, because that means I'm not gonna sleep peacefully for a single night, because someone's gonna kick me out of the room at like 10:30 or 11, because I wake up late. But yeah,
There's
that's
just like a lot of places you have to visit. Like if you go in winter,
Mhm.
there's snow, you can go to
Mhm.
Rogla or just
is that like skiing or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
or like any skiing resort
Okay.
in Slovenia. They're all
Yeah, I
great.
guess
Kranjska Gora
most of the stuff I
is
was saying so
amazing.
far is for the summer, but for the winter, I've heard also it's a great place, and you were there.
You
right?
went to Kranjska Gora, right? I think you.
I just went in the summer.
Okay.
No, I didn't ski in Slovenia. No.
Anyway, there are like a lot of good places
Yeah.
and just like a lot of like lakes
Yeah.
that are nice.
How do you get from? Is it easy to get from Ljubljana to Maribor? Or
Yeah, you just take a train.
how long is that?
It's like 1 hour and a half. It depends on the
Yeah,
train.
small
if you
country.
take
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not far.
Yeah, so Maribor is apparently cool, especially cool during festivals. So there's a bunch of festivals there, or is it like just a few, or what is it?
I have no idea.
We're gonna skip Maribor completely in this interview because we don't know why to go there.
Just it's pretty. Trust me.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Maribor is really pretty. Sounds like Marlborough, but it's actually a city.
Maribor.
Maribor is how you say it.
Maribor.
Yeah. What else? Let's see. There's
And then there's Bahinblad.
Bahin
And
Bled,
then
yeah.
Postonska Cave.
There's
which-
a cave.
It's amazing. Okay, it's amazing. It has like a train,
I will not repeat that,
and
but
you like
I actually have
go
never
in
been
the
there.
cave with a train. And
Oh wow, like a train.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It's nice.
Still sounds not
And
cool.
And then you can go to the coast and visit.
Yeah.
You can stay at a hostel Via Flavia in Koper.
What is that?
Koper.
Koper is this town by the coast or something like that? Okay.
And then you can just like spend one day in Piran, or just like you can do.
What's
the whole
Piran?
co-
Okay. You gotta explain. My
Okay.
friends here don't know what you're talking about. Neither do I, to be honest. So you gotta explain.
Piran is a real town like by the seaside.
Okay.
Which,
That sounds pretty. So the difference between that and like French and Spanish little towns by the seaside is you're not gonna like bleed money when you're there probably.
yeah, and it's also like a very clean town, and just like
Slovenia's clean in general. I like that. Yeah,
yeah, it
it's
is.
not exactly Budapest. That was interesting. Assuming you have a week, do 2 to 3 days in Ljubljana. I'd say 2 days at least in Bohin. And then she really says you should go to Maribor, because Maribor, that's really pretty, the second biggest city. And if you have time, it's a lot, sounds like a lot, looks like a lot on a map, but it's a small country. Go down to the beach, to Pirana, is that the town you said? It's like a really pretty clean town apparently by the beach, which shouldn't cost you nearly as much as Venice or any of those places in Italy that are Cinque Terre. Jesus Christ, I spent more money there in a day than I spent in Slovenia in like 4 days. But yeah, that's what we would recommend in terms of itinerary for a week. So if you do it in 3 days, like the same way I did, I would honestly say do almost exactly what I did, is that spend as much time as you can in Ljubljana, because there is a lot to see in Ljubljana, and it's very hard to do both Bled and Bohin in the same day, but it is, Bled is on the way to Bohin, and you can get like a round trip pass for 20 euros, and transportation in general is super cheap in Ljubljana, and the main city of Ljubljana is so small, I rarely took transportation. You can like walk anywhere you want to for like 20-30 minutes or something like that. Like you go through the park, oh, you're out of the city, basically. That's how it is. So you can do that. You can watch La Ljubljana. You can actually go see parts of Bled. You can go see Castle Bled, which is what I did. And then I came down. I didn't go to the island in the middle with the church. That looked really pretty in Bled. But then I went to Bohin, and I got to spend a couple of hours there. I wasn't there for a really long time. But it was still really beautiful. It was worth seeing. Like if you have a day, I would definitely like recommend seeing Bohin for a little bit rather than not seeing it.
Sure.
And I have no idea what Maribor is like, so you'll have to trust Doris on that one.
Yeah, but if you just like countryside or hiking, you should just look it up. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find like a lot of those spaces like Lovreska Jezera, or just like other like similar places like Bled and Bohin. So
Okay.
but yeah.
Last but not least is what are some phrases that would like help if you knew in Slovenian going into Slovenia? Kuala Lumpur is the first thing I learned from this old man who was selling me burek.
I still have no idea what it is.
Kuala Lumpur? Wait, fuck. Thank you very much. How do you say it?
Hvala lepa.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay.
I thought you were saying like Guadalupe. That's
No,
like
no,
an
no,
island
no,
in
no, no. How do you say it? How do you say it?
Hvala lepa.
I'm gonna totally cut that out. It's so embarrassing.
It's like
Okay.
Hvala.
Kuala.
Hvala.
Okay, that's like Serbian. What the fuck?
Yeah, it is. It's the same.
Kuala. Kuala Lepa. I said Lupe. I think it's like that woman, the artist that confused me. You know what I'm talking about? Dua. Yeah. She could one kiss is that confused me. Okay. Thank you very much so thank you is Kuala. Same in
Kuala.
like literally almost every country except for Budapest in that region. How do you say thank you very much? Because I'm not.
Hvala lepa.
Hvala lepa. How do you say please?
Prosim.
Prosim. Okay, that's actually also like, say it louder so I can hear.
Prosim.
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 Yes.
Please is prosim. And how do you say sorry or excuse me?
Oprostite.
That is definitely Serbian. Like, oprostite is it?
Serbian is
Yeah, I know.
oprostite.
Something like it sounded like a prostitute because that's how I remembered it. Like that's, that's how I remember it. It's like I haven't forgotten it. Oprostite. So please or excuse me or sorry is oprostite. But you know that word is not actually as important.
Or you can just be like sorry or
Yeah.
pardon and okay.
But you never need it, you know, because it's not like freaking crowded in Slovenia, like everywhere else. Where you're like you need to know how to like say disculpa in Mexico or something like that. You know, like, you don't really need that. I don't think I ever used that in the Balkans while I was there. Like, excuse me, that is just not an issue ever. And everyone speaks great English, especially university students.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah. Any other Slovenian slang that they should know?
No, I think they're gonna be good.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for tips for visiting Slovenia. And if you have any specific questions about anything in Slovenia, comment on the video because I think that's your best bet because other Slovenians, probably more knowledgeable than Doris, are going to be watching it and they can help you out. But if we know the answer, we'll get back to you. I'll get back to you if I know the answer. If I don't, I'll message her, and I don't know if she'll get back to me, but I'll try my
Probably
best.
not.
I'm trying to make this series here about a couple of the places that I've been to in the last few years, and every video that Twist is, I'm going to have someone from that place or someone who's lived in that place, so we can get like multiple perspectives on visiting the place. So I'm hoping this is going to be helpful to you if you're visiting Slovenia. If it is, do let me know. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching the video. On a final note, for those of you who are returning subscribers, I am actually working on real travel videos. It just takes a long time to edit, and I'm in grad school, which takes up a lot of my time. So, but I've definitely some videos from Rome, Slovakia, Germany, and a bunch of places that I'm going to upload as soon as I'm done. This is like,
come on.
okay, Doris, we're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna do this last time. I just don't know how to end it. I had a thing I used to say. I just forgot what it was. It feels like weird without it. All right, we got this.
I'm hungry.
We got this. Okay. So thank you for watching. Doris is fucking hungry, so we have to go eat right now at a Balkan restaurant in LA, which is like not even close to here. But yeah, like that video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys next time with the next video. That's it.
Yay!
Okay. Now. Hello, my friend. Okay, so we're assuming some people actually watch my videos and come back to watch those videos. At some point, this is gonna happen. Okay, hey subscribers, I know there's not a lot of you here, but to those of you who are back, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone for 9 months. I was actually traveling for 5 of those months, but I did shoot a lot of videos, like I said I would. But I don't know why I'm saying all this. This is supposed to be about Slovenia. Okay. Let's start again. Cevapcici.
Yes.
Hey, no cussing. This is like a family-friendly video right here. It's live. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Like, I need to put some serious content in here at some point. Wow, you're like, that's what it was. You spilling shit on my cup.
What?
It just like flew out of here.
No, it didn't.
Yes? Like, where do you think like that orange juice came from on my finger?
Not me.
She's drinking orange juice right here because that's what freshmen do at USC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this again without mentioning orange juice on there. Alright, Doris, tell us about yourself.
Hold on, okay. Yeah, I will. Okay.
Doris, tell us about yourself. We're gonna have to keep doing this. Let's try like a different. I don't know how to like do this. Maybe I should just like do an intro. It's my friend Doris. She is not as old as her name sounds, I promise you that. No, okay, I can't be mean. I can't include this. It's my friend Doris. She plays guitar and does cool shit, and she's from Slovenia, which is one of my favorite countries, which is why she's blessed enough to be on my porch today recording this video. She's so excited that she just can't stop laughing for like the last hour or so. But yeah, that's enough about her. Hey, Doris.
God, can you
Howdy.
not do that? Don't do that.
I don't understand why Doris wants to be on film like in the middle of campus. I think it's like preparation for when she's a celebrity, right? Okay, today we're here with Doris Burke from the NBA. And we have our Slovenian expert, Doris, here with us. Hi. Hey. You guys want to say something about her? Like, yeah. Hold up, yeah.
Oh, I don't know who she is, but
Is
from
she-
the looks of it, she looks like a sweet girl. I like her AC/DC shirt.
Me too.
She has the fit is
No, it is-
fire.
it's the thing.
Like no, go down to the boots. Like you can tell she's really hip. You know. That's all I have to say. This is
Okay.
our AC signing.
Thank you for the commentary.